G'day, Terry Holsworth. I own the Jennings Hotel in northern New South Wales.
I'm Kevin Butler. I own the Wallangarra Hotel in southern Queensland.
Jennings and Wallangarra sit side by side on the border.
And that's what makes things interesting around here on Origin night.
I had topless service behind the bar for Origin 2. Oh, I copped heaps after Origin 2. They gave me an absolute bagging. They were going to burn me jumper even.
And I decked out my pub in blue. I'm a blue. That's it.
And your pub's in Queensland.
That's what makes things interesting around here.
Got some big things planned for Origin 3. Can't tell you too much at this stage, in case Kirby pinches it off me. But we've got Chad Morgan playing before the game.
Some bloody cane toads are so one-eyed they won't even drink in your pub.
Hang on, you're the one with the pub in Queensland.
Not so bad for me, is it? Unlike the Maroons last time.
Brilliant football! Absolutely brilliant! Lockyer! Lockyer's away! Barrett! Barrett! Oh! Well, what about the Queensland? Higginson's in straight! Higginson's over! Webke! And oh! Let's go! It is a try! The Blues are over! Barrett's over! And O'Reilly! Fittler! There's the try for Walker! And there's a punch-up! Fittler will go there! State of Origin 2 will go to the Blues!
Now we're down to a decider.
Whichever way it goes, someone here is going to be unhappy tonight.
It's going to be you, mate.
No, it's going to be you, mate.
You're going down.
Not tonight.
Get your tissues out.
No, Blues tonight.
No way.
Yeah.
You're gone.
No.
Yes, you are.
Gotta do it! That's the ball game!
The 2001 Harvey Norman State of Origin Series. The Decider. Live and exclusive on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Hello and welcome to State of Origin game number 3, the decider for season 2001. Tonight, with Lang Park undergoing renovation, Origin football is making its debut here at Brisbane's ANZ Stadium. And after 21 years, just when you think rugby league's greatest rivalry has exhausted all of its surprises, Origin produces another twist to its tale. For New South Wales, confirmation that match winner Trent Barrett had lost his injury battle and would be replaced by Brett Camorley was big news. And of course, it marks the farewell for Blues skipper Brad Fittler playing his 29th and final Origin game. But the boldest headlines were claimed by Queensland coach Wayne Bennett, and perhaps the biggest selection call in Origin history, the restoration of Allan Langer to the maroon jersey. Little wonder then that fans have turned out in their numbers tonight to watch what should be an epic conclusion to this series. And it has been a great build-up, a lot of emotion, but that's always the case with Origin. And Paul Vorton, welcome to you. What are your expectations?
I'm expecting a game tonight, Pete, that we'll be talking about for years to come. The finale of the State of Origin season this year. It's the decider between Queensland and New South Wales. And over the past couple of days, people have been coming up to me saying, Fatty, can we win? Can Queensland do it? What about Alf? How's he going to play? I don't know the answers to any of those questions, Pete. Allan Langer won't win or lose us this game. The forwards around him might, and they need to pick up the Queensland forwards. They didn't play that well in that second game. And for New South Wales, Brad Fittler playing his 29th and last State of Origin. How will he play? Will he be the man of the match? Will he produce one of those fantastic games we know that Brad can? The stage is set, Pete, for a magnificent game of rugby league.
You're excited.
I'm pretty excited. I am excited.
Now, winner takes all tonight. It's a huge night for the 34 players and 2 coaches involved. We have now the Queensland side arriving. How much of a plus for them to come and play in front of this home crowd?
It's massive. I mean, Wally Lewis still talks about the night that Arthur Beecham ran out in front of 35,000 Queenslanders at Lang Park in 1980. This will be the same tonight. When Allan Langer hits this field, this ground will erupt, and it's going to help not just Allan Langer but the rest of those players, young and old alike.
Now, New South Wales, they would be very confident after game 2. They're arriving. They had Jimmy Barnes on the bus last time. I wouldn't imagine Wayne Pearce would want anything different from his side to what he saw at Stadium Australia.
He's done a great job, Wayne Pearce. He's improved as a coach over the years, and his preparation this week, we spoke to him today, it's been fantastic. Some of the young blokes like Mark O'Meara have got to forget game 2, concentrate on this game, but there's enough experience in that side to help the young blokes do that.
Well, it's been quite a wait. We're going to take a break now and then come back to the ANZ Stadium with an in-depth panel view at this third and deciding clash.
Over 7 years, there have been many shocks.
Ray Green?
But nothing could have prepared you for this.
Well, that's 2 of my wives.
Winona Ryder locks lips on Friends, Monday on Win.
I'll go and round them up. We better be making a move soon, boys.
And the lead up to length and a half.
Force winds are expected in all coastal
looks
areas.
like we're here for a while.
All shipping alert has been issued by the
I ran a
Bureau.
Carlton mids.
Now moving eastwards. Moving eastwards. He's moving eastwards. However, the pines do, and during the week.
Won't be back today. The weather's turned bloody awful up here. Apparently.
Double hopped Carlton mid-strength bitter.
Does your toothpaste protect you even when you eat and drink? Colgate Total does.
Tom to control. Activating 12-hour shield.
Right, lunch is on the way.
Food and drink are no match for Colgate Total's unique antibacterial shield.
Tom, incoming apple pie.
Got it.
So it helps you stay protected even when you eat and drink.
Good job, Tom.
Let me know when dinner's ready.
Colgate Total protects you for 12 hours even when you eat and drink.
Here we go.
I'm having a great time.
Oh, the steak was magnificent.
The best steak on the planet. That's fact, I think.
This is the best steak you're ever going to taste.
The best steak in Australia.
18 hours slow cooked in an oven.
Yeah.
That's unique.
We like to cater for everybody that comes in.
But you can bring the kids, and that's the best part.
Can't get better than the Hog's Bread.
Great family restaurant. We really love it, and we come here all the time.
Food with attitude.
Hog's Bread Cafe.
Food with attitude.
Paramount Hire has the equipment to get the job done right. We've got all the necessities and those little extras to suit general construction. A huge range of elevating work platforms, generators and lighting towers, compressors and concrete breakers, mobile aluminium scaffolding, large and small pumps, trench roofs, genie lifts, site accommodation, air conditioners and ventilation units. Paramount Hire have all the equipment at competitive prices, plus the expertise to give you the right advice. So go green for your next job. Choose Paramount Hire.
Another Malcolm in the Middle moment.
I can dance. Okay. Boopy, 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 boopy. Boopy, 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 boopy. Boopy, 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 boo.
Malcolm in the Middle, 8 o'clock Monday.
Oh, and he's taken beautifully and stopped, and he tracks by McCabe. Loses the ball. It's a try. One of the few passes that didn't find a player. Here's Miles. It doesn't matter. Miles has scored. Sterling long chip kick, and that'll be a try. Oh, yes. Shearer was there. Shearer heading for the line. Yes, Shearer's there. Unbelievable football.
Can't wait. Can't wait. He gets it down. It's a try. The Blues. Oh, here's an intercept and a try. And State of Origin 1994. Maybe a score. Maybe scores. And probably seals the series. The Queenslanders are in again. They've retained the trophy in front of a capacity crowd.
We do love a decider. In fact, only 3 times has the team that's lost the first game gone on to win the series. New South Wales tonight hoping to beat the odds. Time now for our panel to have a look at this match, and once again I'm joined by Paul Harrigan, Phil Gould, Paul Borton and Wally Lewis. Good evening, gentlemen. Wally, first up I must ask you your thoughts on the recall of Allan Langer.
Well, Peter, like every other rugby league fan in the world, I was absolutely stunned to hear of Langer's recall. The fellow that informed me, I thought he'd had a little bit too much to drink that late on Sunday night, but
it was a case that I knew that Wayne Bennett was looking for some sort of variation in his attack, but I didn't think the change would be quite so radical.
Paul Harrigan, you had the honour of travelling out with the New South Wales guys on the bus not so long ago. What was your impression?
Yeah, I did, Peter. It was great. My impression was that they are on song. It's you kind of get to know what's going on when you're sitting in a bus with the lights out, the police escort for 20 minutes. No one says a word. So I think they're on. Brad Fittler in particular, very calculated, very still-eyed, no emotion at all. So he's ready to go. I think the Blues are looking pretty good.
Well, speaking of the Blues, Phil Gould, the influence of Allan Langer being in the Queensland side, how does that affect the New South Wales preparation?
Well, I think it helps their preparation, also helps their motivation, Peter. Preparation-wise, all the hype has been around Allan Langer, and I guess to a lesser extent Brad Fittler's last game in Origin, and also with motivation. Pretty dominant performance in Game 2. The fact that Allan Langer's back puts a little bit of mystique about this Queensland team, gets them on their toes. They'll be right for the game tonight.
Well, they were beaten by 18 points in the second game. 3 changes to their side. Let's have a look at them, Paul.
Let's have a look at this fine young men about to achieve what we hope is glory for the Queensland. If you're a Queensland supporter, Darren Lockyer must be in the top 5 players in the game. He's got a suspect shoulder injury picked up again. The West Tigers and the Broncos, everything good that Queensland do will come from him. Lottie Takiri's played quite well in both of the games this year. Look for him, he's a very important man in the carry-back missions. Got plenty of speed, he's got to be closely marked in those situations. Chris Walker comes into the side, off the bench. He can score a try, he scored 1 each in both of the Origin games. Can be suspect in defence though. They might target him if they know he's playing. Paul Bowman, rock solid as a centre. Look, he's a very good player. He's not that flash in the attacking department, but he makes plenty of decent tackles in these games, let me tell you. Wendell Saylor, only 1 try in 13 games of Origin. He's talked it up. He needs a big game tonight to go out to finish his Origin career as a winner before he heads to the rah-rah. Daniel Wagon moves from centre to the 5/8 role. That was to be expected in the defensive role. He's a very good defensive player, but he did show in his last game for Para, when playing in the centres, he can score a try. And here he is, the new king, Allan Langer, nearly 35 years of age. What's he got left in the tank? Can he prove that he's still got it? I'm sure he certainly can tonight when he gets out in that park. Darren Smith, the veteran, 18 games of Origin for him. He's been moved from the centres to the lock forward role. He'll drift around the park, very good cover defending player, and watch him from dummy half. He can score a try. Bradley Myers, one of the great redheads in the game today. He's only 21, playing his 3rd State of Origin game. He's a workhorse. He'll do 30 or 35 tackles tonight. He hits the ball up strongly as well. Petro Sivanasiva, he can offload, he can make a break. He turns his side on into the defence looking for support. They need players like Langer and Lockyer supporting him to make the breaks. John Buttigieg, only doubt about John is he hasn't played for about a month. He carries a bit of put. He'll be looking to be interchanged, no doubt about it, but he's a good, strong, aggressive player. I like him. He can offload. Paul Green from 5/8 to the hooking role. He'll play dummy half. He set up a try late in that second game from dummy half. That's why Wayne Bennett has picked him there again tonight. Shane Webke, for mine, the best prop in the world today, and he will lead this Queensland side. Bullocking runs, charging runs, and some aggression from him tonight, no doubt about it. John Doyle had a great debut. He'll never forget that try he scored in that first game. A fine young player. After about 20 minutes, we'll see him come on and run from dummy half. He will be a massive threat. Kevin Campion, another veteran champion. He's been around a long time, only his 3rd Origin, but he's a good, solid player. He's the sort of player Wayne Bennett looks to shore up things after about 20-25 minutes. Carl Webb, once again, a great debut made by him. He'll never forget that try he scored either. Bit quiet in that second game, bit disappointing, I've got to say, but he's looking for another big game tonight on the edge of the rucks. Carl Webb and Dane Carlaw, good solid debut by him. He hits the ball up strongly, good work ethic, and he'll make plenty of charges tonight. It's a good looking side for mine.
It is a good looking side, and no surprise, as you pointed out, that there was a change because Wayne Bennett has done that in both games. What do you see from that? Chris Walker coming into the side, John Doyle the bench.
Well, number one, it gets Paul Green into the dummy half role, where I think Paul Green was going to play had Sean Berrigan been right for Origin 1 and not been injured for the Broncos. He was going to be their original hooker. It also puts John Doyle back to the bench. Now, in Origin 1, John Doyle had a big impact coming off the bench. Kevin Campion started the game, and the Blues were very, very suspect around the marker defence area. John Doyle's injection into the game and the fact there's going to be so much attention on Allan Langer could really trouble the Blues if they haven't prepared themselves in that area.
Well, Allan Langer's not coming back from retirement. He's actually played for Warrington for the last 18 months in the English Super League. And Wally, from this vision, it is the old Allan Langer.
Yeah, he's certainly in good form. It took him a little while to find his feet over in the UK, but Alf's adopted his old style to very successful levels over there in England, especially this year. But he's been getting a lot of assistance from his forward pack. really has changed their style of game a little bit, and that has been a great advantage to him. One of the things that he has managed to change a lot of the Pommies to is running angles. Takes the ball across. That's very much an Australian style of play, dropping the big forwards back on the inside. He'll be looking for a number of his teammates, particularly Campion, to give him a little bit of support if he needs a little bit of a break to take the ball across. But some of the bigger forwards, such as Buttigieg, Miles and Sivanasiva, they'll enjoy running onto the inside breaks if they're left there. The big problem with, of course, when you're trying to defend against Langer, if you're only looking at the attack that's coming on the inside to feed off Langer, you leave him on his own, he's going to cut you to pieces.
Well, Wally, what about defence? There's been a bit of criticism about Alfie, particularly if him and Paul Green are together, but from Mark, he is dynamic. He makes 2 and 3 in a row, and he's pulled me down plenty of times. There's no problem with the big fellas with that little throw. That throw he's got, it's magical.
Yeah, he does, Jeep. I don't know whether I agree with the style of it all that much, but I think it's been a pretty good move from Wayne Bennett. He knew that a lot of the New South Wales camp believed that it may have been a little bit of a problem to put Green alongside of Langer by putting Green into a dummy half or marker on a number of occasions. He's going to be able to split the pair up, and it's going to be a little bit tougher for him.
Look, Alf's played 51 games over there since leaving our shores in 1999. Wayne Bennett's no dummy. He wouldn't have brought him back unless he did his research and knew that he was still up to it.
Well, Paul, you were in the Queensland sheds and spoke to the players before game 2. They're in the sheds now preparing. What was your impression back then? You said that there are not a lot of talkers in the side.
I thought they were very quiet, both before the game ended, half-time, and here they are now, and this is shots just taken, players getting ready to come out. There wasn't much chat between the players, and once again there you can see they're just resting up for this game. But Alfie gets around the players as a player. We've all played with him. He talks up with the players, G's them up, gets them ready to go out and fire up, and that's the reason he's been moved back. No Gordon Tallis, no leadership in the second game. Allan Langer and plenty of leadership tonight.
Well, there's a number of the players that wanted an opportunity to play alongside Allan Langer. Got to agree with that. The amount of communication that he comes up with on the field is absolutely remarkable. A number of these young blokes that wanted to play alongside him, they're going to be sick and tired of the sound of his voice come full time.
What about that back in our day, Wally? The rubbers were 75 and just about pensioned off. Their glamours were given the rubs now. What's doing?
I don't know about your rubs. Allan Langer is the man of the moment, and if you'd like a small piece of the little champion, he has a piece of memorabilia out now. It includes pictures of him playing for Australia, Queensland and in the Broncos strip, personally signed. It's a limited edition of 1,500, fully framed. It'll cost you $545 plus postage and handling. That's the number to ring, 1300 361016, not to be missed. We'll take a break now from ANZ Stadium and come back and have a look at the Blues lineup.
Double your dose of millionaire next week on Win. Monday.
Moment of truth has arrived.
Will the big one finally be cracked? Find out Monday Millionaire. But if that wasn't enough...
We are in for a big night.
At the special time, 7:30 Wednesday, the all-new Sporting Celebrity Challenge. Your favourite sporting heroes tackle the hot seat, giving you the chance to win a fortune. Call this number to register with the all-new Millionaire Sporting Celebrity Challenge. Wednesday, 7:30 on Win.
I'll go and round them up. We better be making a move soon, boys.
Force winds are expected in all coastal
looks like we're here for a while.
All shipping alert has been issued by the
ran a Carlton Mids.
Now moving eastwards. Eastwards, moving eastwards. He's moving eastwards. However, the times the Wuhan during the week.
Won't be back today. The weather's turned bloody awful up here.
Apparently. Double hop Carlton mid-strength bitter.
Back pain, sir?
Yes, these long flights.
Shall I move you to first class then?
That'll never happen. That's why there's new Aleve. It works fast to relieve pain for 8 to 12 hours. Aleve for all-day pain relief from your pharmacy.
For this Monday and Tuesday only at Kmart, there's 20% off all men's, women's and children's sleepwear, underwear, lingerie, hosiery and socks. We think 20% off our already low prices is just what you need.
Midas, nothing but the best for your vehicle. Best in brakes, best in servicing and the best in mufflers and suspension.
For the full story on your car, you might as well have the best.
Huge crowd here at ANZ Stadium for this third and deciding State of Origin. It is a wonderful sight here, and thank you for joining us for our coverage. Big night coming up for both sides as Wayne Bennett addresses his team. Tonight, Wayne Bennett actually equals Arthur Beetson's record of 16 games in charge of the Maroons. He was last in charge in 1998 when they won the series. And I figure Phil Gould, that in that period of time, he is the benchmark for coaches now. He pretty much knows what needs to be said at this stage.
He certainly has. I mean, the responsibility of development of rugby league in Queensland has virtually been on his shoulders ever since the Broncos came into the competition. The majority of these players he brought through or saw as young players, seen them come through to the Origin level of football. He's overseeing their preparation for this series. Excellent effort in game 1. He was disappointed by game 2. He stuck his head on the chopping block in game 3, bringing back Alfie Langer. Now a last-minute change to the side. He's had a big impact on the series, win, lose or draw.
Well, let's have a look at the side that he is up against this evening. Only 2 changes to the New South Wales team, both through injury. That won game 2 at fullback. Newcastle fullback Mark Hughes has been absolutely outstanding. He completes his first full series tonight, and he has been as safe as the proverbial bank. On one wing, Jamie Ainscough, an outstanding performance in the second match, highlighted by a try early in the second half, and that was the try that really got the Blues on the roll in the first 15 minutes. Number 3 is the centre Ryan Girdler from the Penrith Panthers. Missed game 1, defended stoutly in game 2. Only concern for Ryan at the moment is his goal kicking, only 6 from his last 19. His centre partner is Matthew Gidley from the Newcastle Knights. He's played a lot of 5/8 in recent weeks at club level. Tonight he returns to his much more favoured position. Number 5, the winger Adam McDougall. The last time he will mark up against Wendell Saylor at Origin level, he'll be looking for a big one. First time he's come into a game this series without an injury concern. At 5/8 in captain and a huge night for Brad Fittler. He plays his 29th Origin game. It is his last. It's the swan song. And Freddie Fittler, what a player. At halfback, Brett Camorley comes in for the injured Trent Barrett. Was dropped after game 1, and he'll be looking for the kind of performance he displayed in the recent City Country fixture. At lock forward, Parramatta's Andrew Ryan comes in for the injured Luke Ricketson, and he'll be playing the same kind of game we saw from Ricketson. Plenty of game time, plenty of work. The second row, and it's a very mobile second row. Adam Muir from the Eagles has been in outstanding form, good at offloading, very aggressive, very skillful, as is Brian Fletcher, the number 11. They are so important to New South Wales' second phase play tonight. Watch for his combination with Roosters teammate Brad Fittler. Up front, Marco Mealy, a dream debut at Stadium Australia for this young man. Very aggressive, a lot of hit-ups. And of course he did set up Brad Fittler for his second try, the youngest man in action tonight. At number 9 and hooker is Luke Prittis, the sole Bronco player in this lineup for New South Wales. An excellent defender. He will share the dummy half duties with Craig Gower. The other front row is Jason Stevens, a gentle giant off the field, tough and aggressive on the field, and he'll be the cornerstone once again of the front 6. Off the bench, Craig Gower from Penrith, a real impact player. Watch his darts out of dummy half, and he will play, I would think, the middle third of this game. Number 15 is Michael Vella. Very mobile front rower from the Parramatta club. He's an ex-winger, and tonight he packs down in his 7th Origin game. Number 16 is Matt Adamson. He was actually the first player used by Coach Wayne Pearce off the bench last week, and I would say that'll be the case tonight. He'll be in action early. And a recall tonight for an Origin veteran in Steve Menzies, plays his 13th Origin tonight. He is the leading forward try scorer in premiership history. Very dangerous.
And the New South Wales dressing room lines, the boys, this is a little bit earlier once again. They're just settling down, settling their nerves. Paul Harrigan said they look on song. They look quite relaxed for mine. They look ready to go. Brett Camorley gets another chance tonight to run the ball. Craig Gower, what a player he is. And for mine, boys, I think the New South Wales team looks stronger than their second team. With Craig Gower back in sensational form, and Steve Menzies, who we saw just before coming in off the bench. Phil?
Yeah, I think the New South Wales bench can win this game for them. Craig Gower's injection could be a great tactical move. The timing of it could be a tactical move by Wayne Pearce. I'm very happy Steve Menzies is back in the squad. I love him at Origin football. He can score you a try. He can save you a try. The player tonight that I think could benefit from the fact that this man, Brad Fittler, has hogged so much of the publicity being at last game is Brett Camorley. Now, he didn't play in game 2. He was dropped after game 1, I think unfairly. I think he got the criticism for game 1, and it wasn't deserved. I think he's got a lot to prove tonight, and the fact that so much focus has been on Brad Fittler or Trent Barrett, will he play or won't he play? Now that he's back in the team, he could be the one to have the big impact for New South Wales tonight.
Paul Harrigan in both games so far, I think that we've known who was going to win after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the forward packs have pretty well been the litmus test in the first start of Origin. Queensland got away from the first set of 6. New South Wales, the second game took a little bit more. I think tonight the forwards pack will really battle it out. I think it'll go well into the second half, but you just know with this forward pack, it's the play the balls were the key in both games, and they'll be concentrating on slowing the opposition down. Quick play the balls, just the little things. There is 1,000 victories in a victory, and that's what they've been talking about. I think they'll go well. I agree with you, Fatty. They are a much stronger side, and they'll perform well tonight.
Well, only a couple of minutes before the sides take the field at ANZ Stadium. If there was a roof here, they would raise it. If there were rafters, they'd be hanging off them. I just want a quick wrap, and I want to know who will win and why.
But I obviously think New South Wales will win. Great players in our games always get ushered out the right way, and I think it's Brad Fittler's turn. They'll have a great game. It carries a lot of magnitude with it. New South Wales will win, that's for sure.
Yeah, New South Wales, their attitude will be right tonight. It is a decider, a big game. They've got the ability to keep the scoreboard ticking because they've got so many attacking options. I just don't know that Queensland can do that. It'll be an emotional tussle. It'll be a physical tussle. New South Wales can win on the scoreboard comfortably.
I'm tipping Queensland. I'd never tip the other mob, but for mine, man of the match tonight will be Shane Webke. For mine, Queensland's strengths is his game. If he gets on a roll, if he takes the rest of them with him, like Sivanasiva and Myers and Buttigieg and a couple of blokes like Lockyer and Little Alfie running off them, then I think they can win this one.
Yeah, I think Queensland obviously will get ahead. It'll be a real bonus to have Allan Langer via them. He will be the rudder for them. He'll steer them around pretty well. But I think there's going to be an absolutely necessary injection from Queensland's bench. That's the area where I believe that they don't tend to match up too well against New South Wales.
Fatty, just quickly, with all due respect to the Queensland side, are there enough points in this team to win a decider?
Well, there were in the first game, Pete. We had a similar side and we put on, 30-odd. And it just depends how the opposition plays, Pete. Queensland didn't play well in that second game. That's why we got flogged. New South Wales were ordering the first game. So let's see who can control the football in the opening stanzas. That'll decide the game.
Yeah, I think that was obviously Queensland's biggest problem in the second game. They didn't have a lot of football, and in great field position, they knocked on a dummy half, a lot of simple
They had some
knock-ons.
chances. There were some bad kicks, some bad knock-ons, and they said if we get 50% of the ball and hold on to it, we're a big hope.
And Darren Lockyer was under a lot of pressure. Every time he went to try and kick the ball, he had 2 or 3 New South Wales players charging straight at him. Langer will take a little bit of heat off him.
Well, we shall soon know. We will take a break now from ANZ and be back with Ray Warren and Game 3, the decider.
It's mackerel season. At 77 Bait and Tackle, we have a wide range of bait, including West Australia pilchards.
All types of mackerel combos from $49.95.
Don't forget our rod and reel repairs at 77 Bait and Tackle.
Open 7 days.
On Ingham Road.
Let's go shopping in the city. I need something really special to wear. There's more fashion stores in the city. And they have the best shoes. I can't forget the men in my life. Makeup, they've got all the best brands. I'll meet you for a coffee in the mall. I love to go shopping in the city.
7 days.
Petters, specialists you understand. And no bull.
Hey! At Petters, they're serious about no bull. Take this new track rider system I've just had fitted. A fair dinkum approach to four-wheel drive suspension. That means you city folk can tow, carry or get away from it all, but enjoy the ride and handling of a sedan. So get into Petters for some Red Bull on your four-wheel drive with a new track rider.
And don't forget, no bull.
Ralph.
The
The best team in town is barbecues galore, camping galore and JR's Foam and Rubber. This is a strong outdoor team with consistent players that'll deliver a great choice in outdoor living. The competition leaders in camping gear, barbecues, accessories, cool gear, foam and rubber, all products that get the nod from selectors. They're a committed side that offer the best advice, best range and best prices. Barbecues galore, JR's Foam and Rubber and Camping Galore, the outdoor entertainment specialists.
The delicious flavours of continental pasta and sauce will liven up any meal.
Lovely.
You and Continental, just brilliant.
The State of Origin, proudly brought to you by Carlton Mid-Strength. Stay a little longer.
And welcome back now to ANZ Stadium, and it makes for a magnificent sight. An unparalleled build-up has seen this capacity crowd flood into ANZ, which houses State of Origin for the first time. This is absolutely pulsating, this entire stadium, with the excitement generated by a number of events in this incredible adventure. The dressing room of the Queenslanders, an adventure that has seen Gordon Tallis bow out of the race for this crown of 2001. The same happened to Trent Barrett. And then, of course, Allan Langer returns to State of Origin, returns to Australian football. It has truly been a roller coaster ride, and without any doubt, the most dramatic series thus far is about to come to its climax tonight. The New South Wales side about to leave the dressing rooms. A pronounced favourite. 2-1 on is the market on the New South Wales side, and as much as 6-4 is being offered about the Queenslanders. That, of course, is through the state of New South Wales. A crowd of, I'm told, 50,000 represents capacity at ANZ Stadium. And if that is so, then we're looking out at 50,000 rugby league fans tonight in a city that has had an absolutely wonderful weekend of sport. And Brad Fittler takes the Blues out. He says farewell to Origin football in this game tonight. He debuted back in 1990 under Jack Gibson. He came on as a replacement at Olympic Park in Melbourne. Tonight he is the most capped New South Wales player ever. He's the most capped New South Wales captain. And I will never forget that he's only the second youngest player ever to play Origin football. And as you saw, the players really geeing him up, letting him know that they're here for him and for themselves. And that was something that Brad Fittler really pressed home during the week. You're out there for yourself, don't just go there for me. And now the Queenslanders, a magnificent moment, an historic moment for some of these youngsters that have been called on by Wayne Bennett and Queensland football. They file out behind their captain, Darren Lockyer. He's followed by Allan Langer, and listen to this roar that'll go up now. To welcome home Allan Langer, former Australian captain,